All right, guys, welcome back to another video. I don't quite know what I'm going to name this video, but I do know this video is going to be me trading my 5 Topstep accounts to see if I can get a payout or not. And if I don't get it, I'll still post it. If I do get it, I will post it as well. So either way, we're going to go through the process. I will post a separate video of the trades I took to pass the evaluations account, but let's go ahead and hop into the trades that I took and how I'm looking to trade the Express accounts. My main focus, as always, is going to be trying to catch reversals. Obviously not bottom ticking or top ticking, but catching those reversals, holding all the way through, and those small losses not really mattering so because the winners will be so big. They will eat the losses and have way more profit. One thing that I do dislike is that I'm not perfect yet, and I can't let that eat at me because I know with such big winners, if I only took winners, it would obviously be pretty simple, but I do take those small losses from time to time. Sometimes I'll go 1-1, have a loss, then take a win. And you guys will probably see that in this video, me do that. So let's go ahead and hop into one of the first trades. It was actually a banger, so let's get into it. So here we can see my entry on TradingView, just so it's a little bit clearer for everybody, and I'm not gonna yap. But as you can see, we swept the bank holidays low into our in-wall gap. And it, really depends which day you look at, because we have this gap here, and then we have this higher time frame gap as well, inside of this area, inside of our balance price range here as well, moving internal to external. So I knew these lows didn't need to be run into this fair value gap. Was pretty confident we had a breakaway gap down here. And if we check this on an hourly time frame, breakaway gap here as well. So, continuing in, we see this gap here put in. We see this hourly, gap, VI. We come to the 4 hour and we can see, our obvious BPR fair value gap. We can see, our candle right at open, 6 p.m. here, came and liquidated it very quickly. I don't usually always take my trades at Asia, but it was just almost too perfect not to trade for a couple reasons. We see our 6 open, 6 open right there. We break down very quickly, 1 reaccumulation, 2 reaccumulation into another big break lower, below our low like we talked about. We then, on the 15 minute, what do we see here? Our 1, 2, 3 candle formation, with us liquidating that previous low, closing back inside the range, And I did take 1 loss in here. I'm not gonna lie, I took 1 loss. It happens. So I want to show you the Express accounts now. We have 1 still in the trade, currently floating 419, looking to get 990. I mean, I honestly don't care if that hits or not. We can see currently on 1 balance. There's the other balance, and there's the other one. Like I said, we did take a couple losses. This one did end up hitting our personal drawdown limit, which was set as 1,000. Like I said, I went a little bit riskier because of how confident I was in this play, and we ended up hitting it. So then I just set a new leader and ended up copy trading again. And even then, I would have only taken like a $1,500 loss, because my re-entry was after that 15-minute candle swept that low like we talked about. And we see on the 5-minute as well, our reaccumulation candle inside of the previous candle where we close, and our big break lower. And if we look on a 1-minute, our accumulation, manipulation, first tap, second tap, wasn't too full there, so I re-entered, and we got an amazing entry. We can see we closed above, made a new high, dipped back in there, and was able to catch that inverse VI order block. Inside of technically that 1-minute rejection block, but we swept the low, reverted back inside the range. Then you can see we didn't even close past an equilibrium with that wick. Into a breakaway gap, reaccumulation, we see we used that internal, external, kept that low protected like we always talked about, and moved higher from there. Gave me the conviction to keep holding above this high and into this candle's low here, I wasn't too worried about the gap. Like I said, if it would have pushed us lower here, we would have got pushed lower, If we look high, with our previous up closure candles, using us to move us downwards. and we can see here, right, we, got pushed lower, but we had reasoning to support price higher. So a large accumulation here, manipulation when we follow with the distribution. So I'm just aiming for previous day high, right? These highs, if it hits, it hits. Honestly, like this is probably a better target. We'll just see what I wake up in the morning, right? If we hit this and move back inside, it's okay. I'm not really too worried about it, but wanted to give you guys a trade recap because, this is almost around 11, 12K, and honestly, it's a pretty bigger trade for me. Like Apex, I would hit these, but I'm finna take that down because it's fuck Apex at this point. Because I don't know if I've ever shared the story. I'm not gonna yap about it, but I've had like 16, 17K in profit and got to take none of it home, which is crazy. And then over the years, it has been a lot more than just 17K, which sucks. And it's just their rules. But if their rules are booty cheeks, not even booty cheeks. Like, their rules are booty cheeks, but, like, the reasons they would give me is just absolutely crap. So that's why I swapped the Topstep, 5 accounts now, so we're locked in. So it's been about a week since I recorded the last piece of this video. I went on a trip and I just really didn't want to record anything. Of course, I still traded, and I'm going to recap the trades I took during, my vacation and go over what happened. Did I get a payout? Did I blow the accounts? We'll get into what happened. If you follow me on Twitter, right, you already know I went on the trip, but more or less, you know the trade that we took Friday, and you know the end result for the year on the NFP record. I'm going to make a video on this specifically because I want to cover every single day of the year, just because I think it's actually incredible. You guys can see the trade here, and we'll go over, right, why I was long bias on NFP and why I was able to hold and get to, a rough realized, you guys can see it on the screen. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, so coming into the chart here, we can see I longed a little bit right before news. And there was a SMT here that I was going to likely trust it, but I could see how we, reacted to, us not delivering from what I would think to be a balanced price range, us delivering from these right down closure candles to push us higher. Also trusting this low with the higher time frame SMT to hold. So we can see, right, I'd, buy in, hold through a little bit through drawdown. I never really care about the drawdown through news, just being honest with you. And, right, we had our target into this order block where we held to, and, we can see the balance, that it put at us. You guys could see the realize, so obviously, like you guys saw, this was the account that was, in drawdown that took that loss that day. So, we go to the stats. We can see, not the best stats in the world, but you don't have to have, like, amazing stats to get paid. You can see the average win, average loser. So not really like the worst stats, when you dive like straight into them. You can see the months before, right? Not perfect, but if you have a plan, have a process in place, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You just have to mentally know that you're gonna, be able to hold through it and, keep going forward. This then puts us to for 2 accounts, day 4 with right a balance. You guys can kind of see the chart there. I did take those 2 losses, which is, a little bit abnormal, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and, I can't really do nothing about it. Then we come to, the other account. We're going to let it load here for a second, and we can see for 3 of the accounts, I went ahead and already, like, taken out, like, a little bit. I think it was around half or a little bit more than half of the current. So, not fully where we want to be. Obviously, we want to go ahead and get the other 2 accounts, and we'll cut to, I'm obviously going to cut to where I get those payouts, so I can be able to have in the video getting the payout for all 5 accounts. Alright guys, so I just closed out my trade for the day, and I have 200 realized. Actually, let me go ahead and go break even, because I was in some micros too. Alright guys, so we just hit our winning trade. We're break even. It's probably going to tap me break even here, which I don't care too much about. We just longed from here to this high. We have some, low resistance here. That's why I'm break even. I'm not really tripping about the trade. But just coming into the time right before open, I was willing to take that trade there. We had some SMTs at the low, and if we also zoom out as well, we had an SMT down at this low that kind of gave me a little bit of conviction to try and long into these low resistance highs. We did get our peak above there, right, with almost a breaker, so I wasn't too worried about longing against that and, being able to take profit. We did get break even there, but we did realize, 200 on this account. If we go to this account, right, 235 as well. So, not the biggest payouts in the world on these two accounts, but, money is still money, and we're going to go ahead and realize those. Alrighty, guys, coming into the end of the video here, I wanted just to, show you guys that I was able to get those two payouts. Obviously, you guys saw the video. I went ahead and, realized 200 on the day, but I want to show you the payouts, in my email as well. All right, guys, so you can see I got CapCut covering certain parts of it, but you can see the 3 emails here, right? All of them were, right, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago with this one, right? And, if I go ahead and refresh, what I'm gonna do is just, only show the top of the page, right? Get CapCut, throw it back up on the screen, and you can see, right, after that refresh, right, nothing, changed. And then I'm gonna show you guys, the other 2 accounts as well. And then you guys can see here as well, right, another Express account. And then you can also see that these were, right, 3 hours ago, right? So a 3-day difference. You guys saw in the last clip that they were December the 6th, today's the 9th. So yeah. Wanted zero confusion on if I got a payout, if the payout, is requested, anything like that. You guys saw it here first, and you'll also see a video coming out about how long it took me to pass them, right? So you'll see how long it took me to pass them with how long it took me to get a payout on them. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys enjoyed that video as well. Y'all have a great one. Peace.